Hello, my name's Andrew Dean.
I'm Carl Royle.
And you're listening to Confessions from the Backseat.
Back again.
Do you know what? It's like I've never been aware.
Shall we let the listeners have a little peek behind the curtain?
I don't think they want to, Carl.
Well, I don't know if we've ever mentioned this before.
What's that?
That we record in twos.
Yeah, I think you have done.
Oh, we mentioned it?
Yeah, you get into that age now where you forget what you've said.
Yeah, but people do. There's a lot of people ask me what we do with the programme.
Do they?
Yeah, I can't believe how many conversations I do end up having. As more and more people are listening.
Are these with real people, or are they the voices in your head again?
I do keep getting random messages on the internet as well.
Yeah, well,
but
you should buy those blue pills. They will help.
To manage our time, we always record two at a time.
That's it. Yeah.
And so
you say manage your time. I say we can cope with just seeing each other once a week.
Yeah. So it means if you're listening to an odd number episode, it'll be the first one of the day. If you're listening to an even number episode, I think this will be number 10. Actually, we're into double figures.
I can't believe you're putting a label on it just in case.
Yeah.
Christian, swap them round now. Just swap them round.
Because it really doesn't matter. But if you're listening to an even numbered one, it's probably the second one we did in a day. And it's quite interesting. We've always thought that the second one we do is more fluid because we've just done another one. But the listening figures, why do I say viewing?
I have no idea. I don't even know what you're talking about.
One's watched. Oh, people do watch. We're on YouTube now. I mentioned it on the last one.
Yeah.
And you can read us. Yeah, if you're deaf. Pardon. You can read it. And I think...
here we go.
I think the figures on YouTube are going to go through the roof.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Mind you only live in a bungalow, don't you? So it's not that high.
Do you know why they call them a bungalow?
Is it French?
No, when they build it, they bungalow roof on. That's gag of the day.
There we go. Enjoy your day, listeners.
I think
it's not going to get any better from there.
We're going to have an outro now. Second one of the day, we've run out of material, so...
Well, there you go. They're world according to Carl. That's why they're called bungalows. Any other pearls of wisdom we know?
No, but I do know you got quite upset last week.
Oh, we're going to go straight into that, are we?
Yeah, I think it's a good starting point. I think it's quite... Because I like this story. It's made me smile. So if it's made me smile, I hope it will other people. But
yeah, but you're sadistic. You like my pain. That's why you smile.
Yeah, but you've talked in other episodes about your dislike of bad service.
Yeah.
I think last time we did this, it was about the banks.
Yeah?
Yeah, you're not very happy with the banks sometimes, are you? And you're quite good at complaining.
Not really complaining. If somebody says they're going to do something, just do it.
So, your latest victims of your wrath, the wrath of Andy, seems to be BT.
British Telecom.
Service.
It's not BTS, it's BT.
What's a disease, that, isn't it?
BTS is a disease.
Sounds like one.
Is that what you've... What have you got?
I don't know. It creates holy socks. Do you think anyone will win them? You have to listen to the last episode to know what I'm talking about. You do have to do them in order. So tell us about British Telecom. Why did they upset you? Because you recently moved house.
Yes.
And we've told everybody that. So
yeah.
It's not like personal stuff.
No.
And we've had the angst. The angst.
I'm not a teenager. I'm not sitting in a bedroom flopping my hair around.
Crying.
Yeah.
So, with the angst of moving house, you obviously had to have certain things transferred.
Yeah, that's
Services. And one of those services would have been your internet and your telephone. So tell me, Andy, what went wrong?
What didn't go wrong, Carl?
What didn't go wrong?
Well, my main issue at the moment is we moved at the end of June.
Yeah.
And you get your bill every month. And the first month, I was with BT before the move. I've been with BT a couple of years. Was with them before the move. Spoke to them, said we're moving. They said, oh, well, depending on what equipment the house has got that you're moving into, we might have to put a line in. We might have to do this, something. I said, yeah, whatever does. Yeah. So there'll be a charge. And, yeah, I thought, well, if there's a charge, there's a charge. It doesn't matter. So, first bill of the month of the new house was an expensive one. That I was expecting that.
Yeah.
Second bill was an expensive one. Wasn't expecting that one.
Well, it's BT.
Well, but more expensive than just my landline and my broadband. And
Okay.
so they charged me extra. What they'd done is they'd charged me the cancellation fee and all the other expensive bits again.
Does it cost more to get a signal out to the sticks? Because you
Pretty much, yeah.
Because you live in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
now.
they have to feed the hamster that keeps the internet powered. That's what it is.
Going round its wheel.
So
Just in case you didn't know what that sound was, that was Andy doing a very heavy sigh.
if you want to just record that bit over and over again, it'll save you loads for them.
Well, I've been doing impressions, haven't I? So now that was impression of the podcast.
Yeah.
Was you getting exasperated?
Oh no, that is me getting exasperated. That's no impression of it. So yeah, so this has been going on. So every time I've had the bill, they've charged me extra.
Right.
So for the last 3-4 months, that's been going on.
Did you find out what the extra charge was?
Yeah, cancellation fee and then everything else that they charged me for in the initial bill.
So logically, if you have a cancellation fee, it's been cancelled.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So you can't charge a cancellation fee again.
No,
because it's been cancelled.
Yeah, I think people will understand that, Carl. I don't think you need to.
I'm just trying to find a humour in it.
There's no humour in it, Carl. I want to kill people.
No, I can tell you are mad. But the reason I know you got really mad is I got an email off you at weekend.
Well, what I did, I didn't even send. Well, I sent it to you, but I copied you into the email that they sent me, and I sent the one I sent back. So basically, I've phoned them a few times over the last couple of months, asking for my money back and everything else, and they've given me my money back in due course. And I thought it'd all been sorted because they were, Mr. Dean, we apologise, and it won't happen again. It's all fine now. And then get my bill at the beginning of the month, and it's happened again. So I phoned them up and I said, look, you're all inept. You don't know what you're doing. You can't input anything into your system. You clearly don't listen to what people say.
Did you use the word inept?
Oh, God, yes, yeah.
Did you?
Oh, I feel it.
And that's on the phone,
Yeah.
not in an email?
Oh, no, that's on the
Great
phone.
word.
Inept, yeah.
You are inept.
You are inept.
Wow.
I like it. You see, it's not swearing. They can't say, Mr. Dean, that language is not appropriate for us. Excuse me.
It's just stating a fact.
Yeah, it is. So, I then get an email from them saying, we've raised your complaint and we apologise and we'd like to do this.
Oh, that's nice.
But it's addressed to Mrs. Dean. Now, my partner Claire, we're not married, we live in Sin, so she's got a different surname. But the only Dean in the house, which deals with the BT, is me.
Yeah.
So I'm not a Mrs.
I've noticed.
Right. So then I'm sat there and I let my blood calm down after boiling, and because I just find after everything they can't even get my title right, Mr. Mrs.
It's not that they've not just not got your title right; they've got your sex wrong.
Oh God, yeah. So I then respond with this email, Carl, which you've seen already.
This is what I wanted you to do.
This is what you wanted me
made
to
me
do.
smile. I knew
know.
you were mad.
Yeah. So rather than shout, rather than complain, right, I thought I would just write down my feelings and send them the email. So this was the email. So the email they sent me was subject heading, BT update for case reference, blah, blah, blah. Sorry you've had a problem. Thank you for letting us know about it. We're looking into it and we'll be in touch with an update as soon as we can. We aim to resolve it in 14 days. But the beginning bit, hello, Mrs. Dean. So then my response was, really, Mrs. Dean, how can I expect you to satisfy my customer service needs if you can't even get my gender right? I know in this time of gender fluidity and gender equality, you shouldn't label people, but I've spent the last 38 years as a male specimen of the human species, and I hope to continue as one. but in your wisdom as a communication specialist, you have not only decided that charging me a cancellation fee is every month since moving in June is fine, but you've taken it up upon yourselves that I would be able to get my message across to the whole world better as a female. Now, do you have any recommendations on name I should now go by? And will there be a cancellation fee for my now defunct name, which is Andrew? Will it be a one-off charge? And can I keep my current equipment, or will you be supplying me a new set?
A pink set.
A pink set. I look forward to hearing from your new gender selection department soon. Yours in transition, Andrew Dean. So that was the message I sent you and then back. I've not had a response.
You've not?
No.
Doesn't surprise me. Do you know what it strikes me, that email?
What's that?
That is the email of someone who's got far too much time on their hands.
I did do a house party 2 weeks ago.
Right. I like house parties.
Well, house parties are great. And if it works well, they're fabulous. If it doesn't work well, it can be a long time for you to be performing for a whole group. So I was booked for an hour and a half, and she said, there'll be about 60 people, which I thought wasn't too bad. But little groups all over, I could go and entertain at the groups.
Yeah.
And then I said I would do something for everybody, close the evening off, and enjoy.
Sounds like an enjoyable thing to do.
Yeah. And I'm quite funny, so it'd have been all right. Now, what happened was, in reality, I turn up and everybody sat in the living room, and there's only 20 of them. So I'm saying, are you so expecting some more? She's like, yeah. She said, well, do a little bit now and then we'll see. So I start. And this is for everybody in the living room, 20 of them, everybody attending. And I'm stood there performing and doing my bit. And then half an hour goes by, nobody else has arrived. So I'm thinking, this is going to be an hour and a half stand-up gig, which is going to be a long time, lots of material, lots of talking.
Can you do an hour and a half?
Just about. It was a long slog. Now, in filling the time, I get people involved and I get people to do stuff. And so I said, I think somebody was shuffling the cards, and I said, does anybody know any jokes? Because normally people like to share, and it's a bit interactive. So there was a young lad there, must have been 11, 12. And he said, I've got one. So I said, come on then. So he stands up in front of everybody. And I said, do you want to tell me the joke first? And then you can tell. No, I'm going to tell everybody. And I said, right, okay. So his mum and dad are sat there looking proud as punch. Her son's up there about to display his prowess as a joke teller. And he stands there, bold as brass, clears his throat. And the joke is this. What's the difference between E.T. and immigrants? His mum and dad sunk into the sofa. Everybody's going, no, you can't say that. What are you doing? And he stood there going, I don't know. I bet the dad said, he's not heard that here. Yeah.
He's not heard that here.
His mum and dad come up and apologised, and they're like, I don't know where he's heard that from, no idea where he's... And I'm like that, yeah. I said, I blame the parents, and I laughed it off, and it was all fine.
Were they all wearing white pointy hats?
Yeah, you'd think so. But honestly, I was in stitches, I was creased up, it was...
Yeah, well, the kids don't know, do they?
Oh, God, no. So, yeah. So
that reminds me of a story when I was a kid.
Never found out what the difference is.
Make your own punchline up.
E.T.'s an alien.
He went home, though.
Oh, really, Carl?
He did. That's just what the punchline is. I don't agree with the punchline.
So why...
I wonder if Christian will edit that out. I don't know. The story I had once, we were going up Snowdon in a train.
Right.
With the family.
With the family? The Royle family, or...
The Royle family.
Yeah.
I would have been about 9.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, so we're talking...
No, a long
like steam
time
train?
ago. Oh, no, I think it's still the same steam train that does it.
Yeah.
And...
Was it the Mallard?
People were telling jokes. Now, I'm not going to tell the joke...
I think you should.
But this is a story that gets... I think it's quite a long joke, and even as a kid, I was I like to perform.
So, did you tell the joke then?
So it came to my turn, and it was tell a joke.
Yeah.
So I told this joke about oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and apparently, because I don't remember this, I was 9, but this is a story that's followed me through my life.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit like what you just said. Just to say, the punchline of the joke was, the reason I like them is because I like peeling back the skin and sucking all the juice out. No, apparently my parents were mortified. But
was that the day you became abandoned on Snowdon?
Well, what's funny from what you just said, you were at somebody's house, so at least they could whisk him away.
Whisk him away? Yeah, we never saw him again.
Yeah, we were in a carriage, like where everyone sat there with a little seatbelt on, going up Snowdon. No one could move. No one had anywhere to hide. It was one of the most embarrassing moments they've ever had. They always tell me.
That's not too bad then. If that's one of the most embarrassing moments, I mean.
Yeah, but I was a good lad.
Well, yeah.
No.
Were you not? Were you a bugger?
No, I was dead sporty, wasn't I?
I have no idea. I didn't know you.
I know you can't tell now. No, I was all right. You know, we do weddings.
Yeah.
We do weddings, don't we?
Sometime.
We go to a lot of them. In fact, for a bloke, I know far too much about weddings. It's one of my little catchphrases. And I read something the other day.
What's the weirdest thing you know about a wedding?
The weirdest thing about weddings? Whoa, I don't know. Did it happen in the back of a cab?
Eh?
I don't know.
No, but do you know anything weird about a wedding? I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so.
Do you know what? As much as everybody puts so much effort into their wedding to make it unique to them and to make it wonderful, they're all the bloody same, aren't they?
Well, there's a structure to them. It's changing now, though. I'm finding that the weddings are becoming less and less formal.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so as well.
Yeah, less speeches.
I did one the other day where the bride and groom walked a dog down the aisle. Because, and this was one of the guests said, I said, why did they do that? I said, they like the dog, obviously. They went, they like the dog more than humans.
How do you feel as a guest at their wedding?
I don't know.
That you're there second to a dog.
But anyway, I read this thing about a bride.
Right.
And the headline is...
Okay.
I know you don't know what I'm going to say, so... Outraged bride calls off wedding and slams snake friends for refusing to pay £1,200 each to attend.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah. I know. This is what I thought.
She was charging them to come to a wedding.
Yeah.
1,200 quid.
£1,200. Now,
where was the wedding?
Now, what it is, it's one of these people, and you've met these bridezillas, who they want their fairy tale wedding, but they can't afford their fairy tale wedding, can they? I think all this started with when I got married, I went on my stag do.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where I went. I went to Bernard Manning. Do you remember the comedian Bernard Manning?
Explains a lot, Carl.
I went to his club, and then we went...
Oh, in Manchester?
Yeah, and then we went for a curry. That was it.
What curry did you have?
I can't remember. I was too drunk.
Yeah.
I don't remember eating the curry, if I'm being honest.
Did you pick up a nan?
But now...
That's what you do in Manchester, isn't it?
Pick up a nan.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all right.
Especially your stag do.
Really big one.
Yeah.
But I didn't pick anything up, to be honest with you. I was too drunk.
You're just thinking about getting off with a nan now, aren't you?
It's just, you've got a picture in my head.
You
now
and the blue rinse.
Oh, go away. It's a bit like that joke I told your mother.
Oh, don't. Don't even allude to that one. That's awful.
I know. So I found a trend recently, and I've heard quite a few people on the side talking about this. When people go on stag do's now, over the last few years, it seems to be you go abroad.
Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
That's something that
Prague,
people do more and more.
Amsterdam,
but then
Ibiza,
and then all of a sudden it's going to Las Vegas or going to Florida. So people are trying to be more and more extravagant with what they do for a stag do. But it makes no sense because you're doing that and then you want the big fairy tale wedding.
Yeah.
So what people are doing is actually spending so much money at the start of their of their married life.
Yeah.
Which isn't... It's not sensible. So I'm getting old now, so that's not being sensible, is it? But this person, if you read this story, and I will put it on their Facebook, so you can read exactly what she thought of her guests. She just wanted all these things to happen at her wedding, and basically they couldn't afford it. So they worked it out that it would cost every guest £1,200 for them to have the castle that they wanted, for her to have the dress she wanted. And she tried to pass that on to everybody.
That's ridiculous.
And then you've got people who are going to buy them like a £70 present. And basically, if you think about that, £70 on a wedding present's quite a lot anyway.
Well, if you think about it, I mean, you know yourself, when you go to these venues, the drinks aren't the cheapest, so 70 quid. Then you've got, if you're staying over at the venue, you've got to get there, you've got a day off work, you've got to pay all your drinks, you've got the obligatory, I'll get you a drink in for the bride and groom, which is not cheap because it's normally champagne. And before you know it, you're a few £100 into it. So 1,200 quid.
£1,200 each guest. And she wondered why no one was going. But do you know what?
Did they get to spend the night with her as well for 1,200 quid?
I don't know, but she cancelled the wedding.
Well.
So doesn't it show that it's not about the wedding?
Oh, yeah. No, it's not. All it is, you'll know this, it's all about how people are viewing it.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
I think the word you were looking for was perception.
Viewing it, Carl, is the word I wanted.
Okay.
Don't patronise me, Carl.
That's when you talk down to people, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, Carl.
Ching, ching.
What? What was that?
Ching, ching.
Did you just send into a cash register? Are you all right? Do I get some change back? What's up?
I can't make a cymbal noise or a
Ching ching.
or a drum roll. What's
Is that coffee kicking in?
Red Bull Monster?
Yeah, you monster, all right.
Yeah. Today's episode is brought to you by Monster. It's not really. I am losing it a little bit.
I've noticed. Are you all right? Do you need the loo or something?
But do you know the other thing I've found recently is a lot of bride and grooms will want the poshest venue, even if they can afford it.
Yeah.
And they'll save the money up, and there's nothing wrong with that, and they want their wedding at the poshest venue they can possibly have it. And all you hear when you're walking around doing what we do, because we get to meet everybody doing close-up magic, is people going, bloody hell, how much is a pint of beer in here?
Yeah, yeah.
And all the guests can't have a drink because drinks, they've not paid for all the drinks, but when it's like £8 for a pint, people are not enjoying getting rounds in. And I think I might have mentioned to you, when I did a big castle recently, I walked out and all I could hear was chink, chink, chink in the back of a car.
Yeah,
and
people getting drinks.
Someone bringing in their own bottles.
Oh.
And they've got. Have you seen those bags you can get now?
No.
They're brilliant. You see them on the internet. This is how bad. It must be getting bad when people are bringing a product to get people out of buying drinks when they go to events. So what it is, it's a handbag, right? And it has a little hole in the corner of it. And what you do, you put a box of wine in your bag.
A box of wine?
A box of wine that has a little valve on it.
All right.
And that pokes through the hole in the bag.
So you can just drink it straight out. Oh,
so basically what you do, you have the bag on the table, and every now and then you just pour yourself a drink. I mean, you must have seen when you walk round at a wedding or at a night do, stuff like that, you must see loads of stuff coming under the table.
I've seen the mini bottles coming out the bags and stuff like that, and yeah, of course you do.
Does it make you snigger?
I can understand, because when I've been to events and you pay for a drink and you stood at the bar and your mate comes up and you go, I'll get them in, and then before you know it, you're 40 quid into it and you're like, jeez. But on the other hand, I don't think it stops them either. No. I was doing a wedding the other week and I come out the wedding, I finished at 7 o'clock, so I did 5 till 7.
Right.
Come out the venue, I walked out, and there was he wasn't even a young fella. He was part of the wedding entourage.
Right.
See? You said I can't say perception. Entourage. There you go.
Big word for you,
Yeah.
that.
He was part of the wedding gang.
Yep.
So, and I was walking out the venue, and it was in Manchester, and stood by the grate outside,
Great.
honking his guts up.
Right, yeah.
And that was 7 o'clock in the evening. When I arrived at 4:30, he'd got a sway on.
Yeah.
So it's clearly not stopping them. They just, I can't drink like that anymore.
But, no, you're right. I think what happens is people who just want to get smashed out of their heads do that, don't they? But I do see where, I think some people would say that drink's expensive to be restrictive. Yeah?
Yeah, I can understand that. But on the other hand, people that are going to get smashed anyway.
How do you feel about this, though? Say Christmas is the best one for me. I see it more at Christmas.
Free bar? Is that what you're going to say?
No, not when it's a free bar. When it's not a free bar, where there's stuff coming from under the tables, and you work for the venue. They've briefed all their staff. They've briefed all their staff that they must report anybody that they see bringing stuff in. What would you do if you see people having a drink?
Snitches get stitches, Carl. That's all I'm saying.
Do you know what I do? Absolutely nothing. Yep. I don't mind.
I am oblivious to anything. The stuff I've seen going on, I've gone into a toilet and seen all sorts going on, and I just go, afternoon, leave them to it, because you just think, well, as soon as you start making anything out of it, you can't. Oh, no, you can't do it, Carl. You're not
going to see your car, are you?
No. Anyway, this episode's not as funny, but we're sponsored by the AA.
What, the car removal people?
Yeah.
I need someone to come and fix my car, so we'll talk about drink. I had a little call back to when we went to London.
All right, what do you want to go on?
I want you to
because you're just freaking me out now.
So we got off the train, and you said, "Oh, I've just joined the Magic Circle."
Right. That's not a euphemism. I didn't drop one in my kicks or something.
Oh, just joined the Magic Circle. And it's quite near Euston Station, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I said, "Oh, I know where it is because
no, hang
I've
on,
been
Carl.
a few times."
Let's tell people what did I get in the Magic Circle?
I don't know what you've got one of them silver star things, haven't you?
In a Magic Circle.
Yeah, with silver. Well, if you grovel enough,
or try and do a lecture.
I'd just like to say that somebody out of the two of us will be lecturing at the Magic Circle on the 1st of April next year.
Who's that, Carl?
Well, if it's not you. So, and you know what they might do? They might review my membership, so I might get a star.
You might get kicked out.
Yeah. Well, we've travelled from Manchester, haven't we? And you've never been in the building.
No, I've not been in Magic Circle building, no.
And so we go and have a look. There's a little plaque outside, and we go to have our picture taken, like Sado magicians
like
would
Sado
do.
Taurus, yeah.
Yeah, like we thought, oh, and the door
What
opens.
did we say?
Oh, we're having our picture taken outside the Magic Circle.
Magic friends.
And do you know what? I can't believe how welcoming they were when somebody opened the door and said, "You all right, lads?"
Really?
Because they're quite welcome. They're so open and welcoming, aren't they? What was your experience?
Yeah, it was great. They were having some work done.
They were, but they didn't let you go in, did they?
Nah, I didn't really want to go in anywhere.
I know, but it did make me smile.
Yeah.
You only wanted to see the staircase, didn't you?
Well, I saw it from outside.
Did you see it?
Yeah. It was behind him.
Oh, did you get to see it?
And I'm going to be honest, I've been around 38 years. I've seen staircases.
He made up. "Yes, lads, you're not coming in." "Oh, but we members."
With Bernard Manning on door. Did he talk about his mother-in-law?
He was a big lad.
He weren't a big lad at all. He were a young lad. He were nice. He were all right. He just said you can't come in because you might lick electrics.
I think he did. I think you read his mind. I think he thought you might lick the electric. You look like somebody who would lick electric.
Well, you know, they've no windows.
They had some wires out, didn't they?
Yeah.
Some like so. You didn't. Nice little trip to the Magic Circle, and you saw the door.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Is there something we should know? Have you been to see a psychologist recently? I mean, I've got like multiple personalities going on. I mean, I feel like there's a few coming to the surface, Carl. Do we need to talk?
I just believe that you should let your inner voices talk every now and then.
But people do it when nobody else is listening, Carl.
I do that as well, but I've recorded. I've realised you can record your inner voices and listen to them back.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So do they all have names?
Ooh, that's Mary. You alright? That's Bernard. Yeah.
Right. I'm getting worried. If nobody sees me do anything on social media for a week or two, I've been like buried by Bernard or Mary.
But the best picture I'd taken on that little trip was, I quite like the one with you with your unicorn horn. Have you seen that picture?
Oh, the one when I'm in the.
You look like you've been birthed by the plant.
Right, yeah, you just look like you picked me off the plant.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a good one. You got to see it. It'll be on the Facebook.
Oh, look at him. He's seamless, isn't he? Do you know what?
I think we're coming to the end of this.
I think so. How long have we done?
We're up to. Oh yeah, we're well enough time to get edited out.
Oh my word!
I'm sure that what's her name, Ethel's gonna get. Oh, she's gonna get edited out, isn't she? And oh, Bernard, he'll get edited out.
Maybe not now. You've mentioned them right at the end.
Yes.
Well, don't forget to follow us on all the social medias. You know what the addresses are now. Don't forget you can email as well, and you can find those on the social media sites. Do get in touch. Do let us know what you think, if we can make anything better, if we can change anything, or even if you've just got something you'd like us to talk about. Let us know. We look forward to hearing from you. My name's Andrew Dean.
My name's Carl Royle.
And you've been listening to Confessions from the Backseat.